everybody, Jackie Ledledge here with Creative Scrapbooker Magazine. Today I want to show you some fun ways to play with patterned paper. So this is a card that I designed actually really quick and easily using some fabulous products from Heartfelt Creations. This is probably one of my most favorite Heartfelt Creations lines. It is called the Floral Butterfly collection, and I absolutely love it. It comes with a ton of butterfly stamps, some die cuts, and of course all the kinds of coordinating pattern paper. So for this card, I'm going to be using this Heartfelt Creations large floral butterfly die cut to cut this gorgeous butterfly from a piece of patterned paper. So let's just get right down to creating this card. Inside this patterned paper pack, look at this. Wowzers! Gorgeous! I'm going to be playing with, let's see, this piece of patterned paper right here. That is the background that you see right there. And this piece right here. So I'll pop this piece out and that piece out. And then of course I need to look for that big butterfly. There it is, right there. So these are the three pieces of patterned paper that I'll be using for this card. Let's start off by die cutting this out. So we'll just grab our die cut right here. And we will use this fancy one that you see right here. All right, so let's get that ready to cut out. Now, one of the things that I like to do when I cut stuff out of this a little bit thinner pattern paper is I like to back it with a heavier cardstock. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So here's a piece of heavier cardstock. And then I have this very large roll of Sookwang double-sided tape. So I'm just going to cover this piece of cardstock with that to about where it will fit. Okay. Remove the backing. And then adhere this right into place, right like that. Then I'll pop this right on there. But what I'm going to do is use a little bit of purple tape to just make sure that this stays in place because I don't want it to move. And we will run it through our die cut machine. So here is what the die looks like, and it's backed now with some heavier cardstock. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some fun embossing powder because I want it to be shiny like you see right there. I'm just going to grab some embossing ink, and I'm literally just going to cover this guy up in ink. That. Nice and thick. And then I have this huge bucket of embossing powder. It's my embossing powder boat, and I'll just pop that on there like that. Shake it off. And we'll heat set that. How gorgeous is that butterfly? Look at that. I love the shimmer that embossing powder makes. So I'm just going to put that over here to dry. Next, let's create this background that you see right here. That is this piece of paper right here. So I'm going to grab my Tonic Studio paper cutter, and I'm going to go ahead and trim this out. And that's another thing that I absolutely love about Heartfelt Creations. They make these wonderful square panels to make it quick and easy for you to make cards. So I just trimmed this to size also so that it would fit just right in there like that. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. Next, I am going to add this stitching that you see right here on this card. Now, I don't have my sewing machine out, but I do have my trusted 1940 piercing mat from Stampin' Up! And I 100% know that this doesn't exist anymore and that there is definitely a nicer one out there for you to purchase. But this is the one that I have, and I've really had it forever. So I'm going to go ahead and poke the holes around the edges of this. Some cute little stitching that you see there. What I want to do next is I want to add a little bit of glossy accents just on this part right here to make it stand up a bit. You can see that's what I did here. You can see the shine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with my Ranger Glossy Accents. And then we'll set that aside to dry. So these are just all little kind of techniques or little tricks to decorate up your pattern paper. I also, from this sheet of paper, I've also cut a piece of heavier super stock. So I'm going to glue it down onto here. And I'm going to use my Glue Dots permanent adhesive. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my trusted Stampin' Up! Paper Piercer. I'm going to go around and add some stitching to the edges. There you go. Now, if you had your sewing machine, that would be a way quicker, but I love how that looks. The other thing that I like to do is I like to distress the edges, and I literally just use an emery board for that. This is one that I have for my nails. I literally just go like this. Give those edges, distress those edges. There you go. That's all there is to it. Next, let's stamp the sentiment. I've got my stamping platform that I like to use. Put that there like that. Okay. And this is a also from a Heartfelt Creations sentiment stamp. I'm going to use some Ranger Archival Ink. Perfect. Now I'm going to take some of my Glue Dots Pop Dots and I'm going to adhere this onto that card front. All right, we're just about there. The next thing we're going to do is manipulate this butterfly a little bit. So I like to push him up. Okay, just push him a bit like this to make his wings stick up a tiny bit. And then again, I'm going to grab my Glue Dots, pop-up dots to adhere him in place. And when you glue it down, you actually want to push it a bit and then push the glue dots so that you can see, see how I did that? So that it's raised up like that. And these glue dots will hold that in place. So there we've got a beautiful, beautiful card. The last step, of course, is to adhere it to a card front. And I've got one right here ready to go. And again, I'll use my Glue Dots permanent adhesive to put it on the card front. There you go. Absolutely gorgeous card, playing with pattern paper from my favorite line from Heartfelt Creations that is out right now. You need to pick this line up. Once again, it's called the Floral Butterfly Collection. I absolutely adore it. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Creative Scrapbooker's YouTube channel. We'd love for you to follow along. And do visit our video library, creativescrapbooker.ca/videos, for tons of videos just like this one. Happy scrapping, everyone.